We have a man named Bennett here to try to make you laugh some fucking more.
Yo, what's good? What's good, everyone? Let's get a round of applause going. Good to see. What's up? Yo. So, I called the suicide hotline number recently, and they put me on hold. So, if that doesn't describe my week fucking perfectly, I don't know what does. And the thing, I split up with this girl recently, and like, you know, we were on okay terms. It was weird because it wasn't really a relationship. Not even like friends with benefits either. It was more like friends with priorities. Okay? And like, thing is, she said that she wasn't really in the mental state where she wanted to be, and it wasn't really where either of us wanted in a relationship, which is weird because all I wanted in a relationship was to choke a bitch. But oh, don't frown at me like you're not also part of Generation Degenerate. Like this fucking high bar, like you're not part of the fucking Harambe generation. Come on. I have this one friend, he calls his bruises pain hickeys. Let that settle in for a bit. And now you know how I feel about that shit. No, but we're on good terms. We're on good terms. And honestly, that's really what I kind of like, you know? I kind of like how we're able to just talk now and just be friends. It's kind of chill. It's more than you can say for most people. Like, worst day of my life, hands down. I remember this. It was like a few years ago. I was talking to this one girl. She was standing in front of me in lunch. Like, I was standing in lunch, and we just started talking. You know, I started flirting. I started doing my thing. And eventually, she says, hey, I'm going to be directing this play at my school. Why don't you come on by? Maybe we can get some food or something afterwards. Now, things you gotta understand. I'm not a player, okay? Like, I don't give off that vibe. It's just how I am as a person, okay? So when she asked me out, I was like, yeah. You know, suave. So I go see this play. Garbage play, by the way, okay? This made fucking, like, middle school plays look like fucking Hamilton, okay? Like, this shit was bad. But I trudged through it. I meet up with her afterwards, and I'm like, yo, what's the move? What are we gonna do? And she says, actually, I was thinking maybe we could go to my dorm and order a pizza. Now, I'm not a player. So when she started making moves on me, I was like, yeah, you know, suave. So I follow her up to her room, okay? And along the way I ask her, I'm like, yo, what's your roommate gonna think? And she's like, oh, actually, I don't have a roommate. She dropped out. And I'm like, whoa, hold the phone. Shit went from 100 to 1,000 real quick. So, I get to her dorm, and I shit you not, hand on the Bible, she opens the door to her dorm, and a wall of smells just bursts from the room. Just completely bamboozles my nostrils, completely throws me off. I have to take a step back. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck is going on? And she's like skipping around. She's like, oh, so what do you think? And I had to lie. I'm like, it's great. It's beautiful. It's perfect. Fucking lies, okay? Now, normally on dates, like I order the pizza, okay? And like 30 minutes pass before the pizza gets here. And this is by far like the longest 30 minutes of my life. Okay, and normally on dates I like to keep it light, I like to keep it fun, I like to keep it interesting, but here I was just out of it. I couldn't think, I couldn't breathe. So eventually I was saying shit like, shows, what's your favorite TV show? And she goes, The Flash on the CW, exactly like that. Now, I've never seen The Flash, never really interested me. Like, the man dodges bullets and he still gets punched. Like, how much more interesting can you really make a concept like that? And so I was just like, fuck it, we should watch it sometime. You know, not really thinking. And she's like, oh, don't worry, we will. That's red flag number 1. But I didn't think much of it. Pizza gets here. I leave to get the pizza. Best 5 minutes of my life, okay? I'm on my way to get the pizza back to her dorm, and I'm thinking to myself, Bennett, you're a gentleman, have one slice, and then bail her ass and never call again. Like a gentleman would. So I finish my pizza, okay? I'm like gagging as I'm eating this thing. And she tries eating the pizza sexy, okay? Which is just not possible. Pizza is not a sexy food. Bananas, that's a sexy food. Popsicles, anything with whipped cream. But nah, this bitch was just letting it drip down her face. Grease all over her. Bitch needs some bounty. I was disgusted. So I finished my slice, and I'm like, yo, I gotta bail. And she's like, no, stay longer. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. Really, I gotta go. I have stuff to do in the morning. See, fellas, you gotta tell them you have stuff to do in the morning, so that way when they text you like, yo, where the fuck you at? You can be like, nah, remember I have stuff to do in the morning. Like a gentleman would. So she's like, no, stay. And I'm like, really, I can't. And she's like, no, you're gonna stay. And she grabs me and she throws me onto the dorm bed. I'm like, whoa, I don't think I'm ready for this right now. My body's my temple. No. Just running through the motions at this point. And I try to get up, but then, in an unprecedented move, she body slams me to keep me pinned onto the bed. She does it weird though, she does it with her back. So she backy slams me, if you will. And now, like, keep in mind, this girl weighs like 100 pounds. I could easily just suplex city this bitch right off my lap. But I couldn't fucking breathe. I lacked the oxygen needed for any muscular capacity. So I'm like, yo, really, I should go. But then she grabs her laptop and plays an episode of The Flash. At this point, I'm like, fuck it. How long could an episode of The Flash really be? Shit's like an hour long. Hour and a half season finale. You'd think a show about the world's fastest man would feel like it's taking fucking forever. But it does. And the more I watched it, the more pissed I got. Half the villains also just run fast. And they're always like, oh, how are we gonna beat him? And then I'm just like, I don't know, fucking trip him maybe? Fucking stick your leg out. Fuck, trip wire. Anything goes. Fucking God. So, and like what's even worse is that her hair is right here too. And I'm smelling that. And that smells like shit also. So I'm watching it like this the entire time. I'm watching the fucking garbage Flash. I have a crooked ass neck. I can't move. I'm a gentleman though. Trying to stay suave. So, I finished my episode, okay? And then I tell her, no, for real this time, I actually gotta go. And she's like, no, stay, please, no. And I'm like, nah, for real this time. I'm out of it at this point. And she's like, okay, fine. But make sure you remember me. And I'm like, oh, bitch, I probably won't. And then she grabs me and she kisses me. And I guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, this was the worst tasting kiss I've ever had in my life. It was dry, there was pizza. Disgusted, I was disgusted. I head on home, I Uber home, right? I feel like a Vietnam War vet coming home from the war. Just like hugging my knees and shit. Pretty sure the Uber driver thought I was on crack. He was like, God damn! What the fuck? He had a rough night. She texts me the next morning, and she's like, yo, we still doing this? Or like, what the fuck? And honestly, I never wanted to choke a bitch so badly in my life. Thank you so much. I'm Bennett Spear. Have a good one.